From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Well, it couldn't get snow last week, but then we just say we don't want that much sleet, and we get a bunch of sleet. Some areas have picked up 1.5 inches of sleet, and that is really weird. But you can still sled on it for some kids, so they're going to do the best they can. So we still have that precipitation here across our area. You see Sequoia, where he's located in Sequoia County. That's always going to be a great one here through severe weather season. Brandon's around Muskogee, and Dell is sitting in the Tulsa area at this time. We continue to monitor what's going on because it's obviously slick roads all over the place. Let's go into, let's go to Muskogee first. Let's talk to Brandon. Hey, Brandon, give me an update of what's going on the roads and streets over there, would you please?
Yeah, Travis, well, we just got on the Muskogee Turnpike here near the McDonald's, and the sleet pack is starting to become more packed. There's still one lane of travel here on the Turnpike. We're picking up some very light freezing rain at this time. So just be very cautious if you've got to get out and about, and watch them areas where they're packed up against the wall because it could pull you into it. Back to you.
Yeah, no kidding. That is just absolutely amazing what's going on there. So I appreciate that because that's ice on top of everything else. Hey, let's go on over now to Dell. Dell, where are you located in the Tulsa area?
Well, Travis, we're on 117 headed back into Sapulpa from Glenpool. Like Brandon said, the roads are really sleet-packed, and also like him, we're actually starting to pick up a little light freezing rain here as well, which is not going to help the situation at all. As you can see on the streets right now are extremely slick and hazardous. You know, 117 is a well-traveled highway, and we're still seeing a lot of sliding around. Back to you, Trav.
All right, I appreciate it. Again, even if you have four-wheel drive, you got to be aware, ice is not nice. I don't know how else to say it. It is just, and we mentioned that before, traction is terrible on ice, and then when you get freezing rain on top of the ice, all that's going to do is make it even more slick, if that's possible. So that's the situation we have right now. If you don't have to travel, we're going to have to wait. And then there's another wave coming in tomorrow. So if you do have plans for tomorrow already, obviously some of the schools, as Tatum and Jonathan were mentioning, are closing at this point. And the worst is pretty much I-44 to the southeast. And this was anticipated as we've kind of been watching this because it's just several waves have been expected across this area. So that's where travel is the biggest issue. Until 6 o'clock tonight, we have our winter storm warnings in effect for the counties that are in red. So that's pretty much I-44 southeast. Now, if you're in Orange County to the north or northeast, that means you have travel advisories, which basically means it's slick. There's spots that are bridges, overpasses, and roadways that are slick. So just don't overdrive the conditions as far as speed. I know everybody knows that, but at the same time, coming to work today, there were so many people flying past me, and I was like, there's ice on the road, you guys. But they just kept on going. And they saw a lot of cars in the ditches, too. As far as looking at what's going on now, some of the heaviest precipitation is off to the east. We still have some light snow and a rain mix across the area. Temperatures running in the low 20s, so it's not too bad. Where the precipitation has ended, it should hold the temperature steady for a while. Notice it's only 18 up around the Grove area, 20 around Tahlequah. So it is just cold. So where do we go tonight through the morning hours? Well, we have the next wave coming up. We'll be cloudy to mostly cloudy all night, and teens to low 20s. We might only be around 25 if you're down around Poto. Next wave of energy is coming in, so that's enhancing our winter potential. That'll be moving through again in the morning, so Stephen and Alan will take you through that. We do anticipate by late afternoon that precipitation will start to wane. So it's just going to add to the issue just because it's going to be additional precipitation on some areas that were treated and some that weren't. By late afternoon, we'll be in the 20s. Notice there's nothing going on to the north and to the west, to the south and east. Still some precipitation about this time tomorrow afternoon. Then we have a little bit of a break, but we have low clouds across the area, so that means there's still light freezing drizzle possible on Wednesday morning. We're going to be cold in the 20s. And as we go through the daytime hours, we're getting closer to freezing, or could be just barely above freezing on Wednesday afternoon. So there'll be rain, freezing rain, and a sleet mix possible as the Wednesday system tries to move through. It's mainly for you guys south and east. And then on Thursday, we're in the 20s. And then finally, it's well above freezing, and our roads improve on Thursday. So you might have to wait a while for that to actually get to the point where it's really good. So we could see some sprinkles or showers maybe to end it all on Thursday. Another storm system quickly coming in on Monday or Tuesday of next week. We're not going to worry about that too much, but it's going to be cold, and then we get to be warm for a while before it turns cold again. So that's your good news, is you have to wait a little bit. Light at the end of the tunnel. All right, in the meantime, cold tonight, slick, and wind chills very low. Very cold in the morning, precipitation kicking off in the morning hours, and so we'll have that chance going on through about 7 to noon time, and so expect a winter mix, not heavy, but it doesn't take hardly anything for that to happen. So some showers on Thursday, hopefully, if our temperatures can get that big bounce. After that, wow, that looks pretty amazing. That's your forecast. We'll be back with more coming up.